Alright guys, here's the continuation on the house I just recently did videos on. Well, I put the videos up, so here's the cable mess right now. Floors are epoxied, you have to be careful on them because they've been recently epoxied, but I figured I'd go over all that I'm planning on doing here. I don't know how much I'll film of actually installing stuff. I'll probably film some stuff, but I'll show what I can. Anyways, there's the cable mess. Here's a 20U rack, but if you actually use the regular rack studs, or not rack studs, but the regular cage nut holes, it's only 18, but that's fine, because I want to use rack studs, I like them. So out here is the hoard of equipment. So this is all stuff that's going to be going in that rack. We have, and then stuff that's going to be not going in the rack, but needs to be mounted. We have 6 Unify Protects G5 bullets. The cameras around the house or around the outside. I'll probably get another one to put up right there. It's provisioned for this bar area, and he's thinking about doing it. So we have 2 Unify. These are the, I'm trying to actually show like the actual model number on them, but oh well. They're the U6 Pros. So they're the actual, yeah. See, there it is. They're the U6 Pros. So they're the actual Wi-Fi 6 professional access points. I love them. I have, I don't remember how many. I think I've got 4 around my house. So then we have the switching equipment. So this is Starlink. So the Starlink router will be handling, we'll do all the routing. So you'll have another Wi-Fi network, but it's fine, whatever. Unless he decides he wants to get another router. Then, if he decides to tell me just go and get another router so he doesn't see that network name, perfectly fine. I wish Starlink had an intermediate option instead of just no router at all or just turn off Wi-Fi, but they don't. It's kind of stupid, but anyways, this is the this is the actual network switch that's going in here. So this is the 24 PoE. It's not the professional one, it's just the base 24 PoE one. So doesn't actually mean all the ports are PoE, but up until here, so 16 ports I believe are PoE, and then you have 8 ports of non-PoE, 2 10 gig interfaces. Right below it, you have the NVR, the Unify NVR. Man, I'm just going to keep going all the wrong angles. That's going to be for all the cameras. On the back side of these, you can see it's pretty basic on the switch, just a power port, and on the back of this, you have your DC backup port that they do, a 1 gig port on there, a 10 gig port, and then power. So that's what's going to be handling the networking side of stuff. I can put that back in there. And then we have PDU strip. These are just little cheaper plastic ones, but they're still a good rating on them. So for the price, I was like, yeah, why not? The power outlet's going to be right behind it, so for the amps and stuff, they can be plugged directly into the outlet. Most of the amps, anyways. I keep saying because it's a Saturday and I'm working on a weekend, so anyways, right below it, this is the Dayton Audio DAX66, the 6-zone, 6-source distribution audio amplifier. I like that it actually gives you a full listing of exactly what it says on the front. So as it says, it's a 6-zone audio amp, and I'm just going to pull this off. Put too much stuff on this counter. So on the back side, you have your 6 zones of input, your 6 zones of output. You have different, they call them PA ports, but they're other just inputs. Or actually, sorry, those are the actual inputs. I forget that this one is slightly different than the one I normally use. This has actually got 6 preamp outputs per one, so if you're driving an amp instead, you can use those. Yeah. So then you have on these, you have your inputs right here. So there's 4 RCA. You have 2 3.5 millimeter inputs, but one is also an optical audio input. Then you have your trigger outputs. You have your IR emitters. You have your different control systems in, so PA in, mute in, and control out. Your expansion So you can stack up to 3 of these together, 1 master, 2 slaves. RS-232, they actually make a network adapter for this, so you can actually turn this into a networked one, but it's better just to get the newer one that actually has it fully integrated. Then you have your keypads input, power, and voltage level switch. And the keypads are all of these. So you have all these keypads. This is the older ones. They don't even have a network jack on the back. They just have a terminal block. Put in the terminal block, and then it comes out to this guy, which has got all 6 on there that get combined together and turns it into just a standard RJ45 connector. And then it has a remote and then the parallel cable. So each one actually comes with a parallel cable, so you don't actually need to buy it separate. And then over here, we have a 150 watt amplifier for the sub that's going to be in the wall. So back of these, which it's a heavy little dude, I will say. Back of this guy looks like that. Which, I mean, lighting wise is not very good over here, so I'm gonna just dip her around. There we go. Power in, voltage select is the same. You have your low pass filter, so you can set it. I just set it for 150 hertz and turned it on, so anything below 150 the sub will pick up, because those subs have a fairly wide frequency range that they can handle. You have your sub outs left and right, and you have your line input left and right. And then you also have an output, so you can parallel these a lot easier instead of having to split several sub pre-outs. But I'm going to bridge them anyway, so there's going to be no left and right. So I forget which one they tell you, but I think it's either one. Jeez, I'm going to keep messing up camera shots. Either one of these, they both get bridged together, so you can use either one as a sub input from like an amp that has a sub pre-out. So these are the amps that are being here. 2 of these Yamaha, I forget where Yamaha actually says them at, but yeah, these are the, right there, it's just really far away from everything else. These are the RX V385s, 5 channel, very basic, they don't need to do much. You have 4 HDMI inputs, HDMI output that supports ARC, that's why I also wanted these. You have optical audio, you have coax, and then you have another coax that's also tied in with the video signal here, so you can do a video signal with coax and they're matched. Then you have 2 different AV inputs, then you have a monitor output. Standard AM, FM antenna hookups that all receivers have, sub pre-out, which is what I needed. And then you have your 5 channels outputs, so very basic, very simple, not need to be too much, so. Yeah, this is what the plan is to get these put in here. The house is finally coming together. So I'll probably catch you guys in another video when I actually get more of these put in, or when I get stuff put in. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.